So we got Krampus, we got Draugr. So plan is we're going to take this front end off, we're going to take that front end off, and we're going to put that front end on this one. So stay tuned, let's have some fun. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Let's get this hood on. There we go. We'll pull this front bumper off. Plan is I need Draugr's front end off so that I can modify it and do some things to it because it's got some issues, it's got some damage. We're going to go ahead and put this over here for later. So we're going to have some fun today. Draugr's going to look a little funny for a while until I get him situated. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do in order to make things work, right? Okay. So now we're going to take the fenders off of this one. Because this one isn't going to have this front end, where it's going to have a whole different front end. Like I said, I'm working on this one because this is my driver. Once I'm done with this one, I'm going to move over to this one, and this one's going to be a lot of excitement. I plan on doing a lot of stuff to this one. So don't want to give anything away. You know, got to stay tuned. We're going to do this easy, so I don't have to keep running back and forth between up here and back there. So, yep. So we got some 10mm bolts that are up here. Take this front fender off. Got a couple clips, looks like. And I'm sure there's a couple bolts. Yep. 2 bolts inside there that we're going to have to take off. So of course, you got to take out the inner fender well, which I've already done because they're on Draugr, because they were in better shape. You have to take the inner fender well off. Later on, I will show you how to do that because, well, I'm going to have to take the inner fender well off on this, which means I'm probably going to have to jack it up, take the rims off in order to get this front end off of this car. But this one, I've pretty much taken some stuff off already, so we'll just throw that in there for now. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see if we can get to this. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be a multi-part video. I hope everybody stays tuned. I seriously doubt I'm going to be able to get everything into one 20-minute clip. Oh, ain't that just poo-poo? I guess we have to take this whole thing off because there's a little rivet right there. Yeah, there's one on there too. See, this skirt's all messed up. So we're going to have to replace that skirt. This one's got a little bit of damage on it too. But that's all right. As long as I can get to the bolts. Yep. Which so far, these bolts have all been 10 millimeter. Just in case anybody wanted to know. All right. There we go. One driver's side fender. So we have 2 bolts down there. We have one here, and then 2 on the inside. You got to go through the inside to get to them. And then you got to unclip the little skirt, which I'll show here in a minute. And then when you do your front bumper, you got a few things here. You have to do a little bit of work to it, but we'll get them cleaned up and get them on drogger. For now, I'm just setting stuff back here. Which we'll go back there later. Right now, I want to get the front end tore apart and get everything back there. And I'm not going to do drogger's front end until this front end is ready to go on there. Oh yeah, I gotta get the pad out of there. Don't forget the pad. Try not to tear up the pad. Because there again, we're trying to restore the drogger with modifications. So in case something gets tore up, taking apart drogger, I have backups from Chris. We can pull this fender off. And hopefully we can start prepping them and getting them ready to go on drogger. Pretty simple. A little bit of rust right there. Or dirt, I guess, not rust, but dirt. But mint condition, other than the paint. So we'll set this one over here next to that one. Now that we got the front end tore off of Krampus, there's a bolt. Got the bolt. All right. Make sure I got all the bolts. Oh, I'm missing a bolt. Oh, there it is. Okay. So like I said, you got 2 bolts. You'll probably have some bolts here for the front bumper to connect the 2. You got 2 bolts back here, and 2 bolts on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, a bolt here. Well, here, I'll show you. Look at this. Yeah, see? Bolt here. You got a bolt here, right there. And then what we have is usually bolts right here, which when I go to do jogger, I'll show you. And then you got a bolt here and a bolt here. And then you gotta do this right here. There's 2 bolts down below. So, but see how it goes. Just figured I'd let you know that. So plan is, now that I've got Drager's front or Krampus's front end off, we need to do a little bit of work to its fenders and bumper so that it doesn't look like total butt on the front of Drager. Until I can get Drager's front end fixed, repaired, and customized the way that I'm wanting. Which unfortunately, until it gets over 70 degrees or gets up around 60, 70 degrees, I can't do any fiberglass work. So at that point, for now, I just want to get the parts off of Drager so that I have them off and I don't have to waste time taking them off later. It's nice enough right now. I can take them off now. Like I said, my videos are going to be how-to videos and my journey to restore one Magnum. And right now there's a lot of customization going on in Magnum world. People doing front end swaps, people doing all sorts of engine swaps, interior swaps, but nobody's really showing how to. So my plan is to show you how. So if anybody out there is interested and has a little bit of know-how, can follow along on a video, learn. That's what Krampus and Drager are all about. Like I said, restoring Drager with a few modifications. Nothing to harm the rarity of the one of 190 made. It is the Magnesium Pearl with the all-wheel drive RT package. So, from my understanding, only 190 of them made were that. For 190 of those were made that color with that package. Let's go with 600 real quick for now. We got to sand this clear coat. I plan on, hopefully I have enough vinyl wrap. It's going to look a little weird if I don't. Because I think red, the Magnesium Pearl, is just going to stand out really bad. I have some vinyl wrap, but I got to get this clear coat right here that's peeling. I got to get it cleaned up, smoothed out. I think we're just going to wet sand up here around where all this is peeling. And then I'm going to clean it up with some cleaner. And then hopefully throw some wrap. Hopefully I have enough to do these 3 pieces. If not, I might have to style the bumper a little bit. I don't have exactly. I bought it. Thought I was going to use it. Got it off of Temu. But so I'm just using soapy water, just soap and water. You guys are probably wondering why I would do all this just to vinyl wrap it, cover it up, and to put it on Drogger temporarily. Well, the thing is I like something to look decent, nice. I don't want, you know, an infernal red fender on a Magnesium Pearl car would drive me insane. So and then the plan is eventually, since these Krampus suspenders are in mint condition, at some point, once I get everything done on Krampus, these will go into storage and I will hold on to them until, well, until I want to put it back to factory. Because if I put it back to factory, after I do the modifications that I'm wanting to do, I'll have to have a set of fenders that are factory. So I almost need something a little stronger than 600. I just don't know if I have it. I'm going to be here all day sanding. So there's a pretty good lip. Yeah, there we go. Pretty good lip where the clear coat was chipped off at. So I went from 600 because it was taking me a little bit longer than I wanted to get rid of that lip. So I went from 600 to 220. Oh, fucking great. Right now I'm just trying to feel for any lip, any edge. If I can feel it, then you're going to see it. Another way you can do this, have a small bucket of water, but you can use a DA sander. I think I got one, but unfortunately I don't have any wet sanding paper for it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. There's a ridge, clear, right along there that I'm trying to get rid of. Yeah, let's see, there you go. Hoping you guys can see that. Feels like this side's pretty good. Down to the primer and metal in some spots, but that's all right. least we won't have lines when I go to vinyl wrap it. You just want to go through and smooth it all out. You can feel anything with your fingertips, then you're going to see it in the vinyl wrap. And what we're going to do is, once I'm done sanding on this one, I'll throw a little bit of paint, a little primer. I think I might have some primer, I think, on it. And just to cover up the bare spots that I've sanded through at, just in case any moisture or anything gets in it. See, yeah, got a bare spot right here, bare spot right there, right here. It's all good. Like I said, we're gonna vinyl wrap it. No biggie. But bare spots can be a bad deal where moisture can start. Moisture gets in there, which it's not supposed to with vinyl wrap, but you never know. Really wish I had wet sand for my DA. Guess I could have planned a little bit more. Because that'd be so much faster and easier. So if you want to do this, or plan on doing this, get you a DA with wet sand. I think I need to get me a stool. You know, where I can sit. Ugh, old bones don't like hanging over that stuff. The reason we're doing this is because the front fenders on Drogger, one has a couple of dings, driver's side. If you watch one of my back videos where I talk about Drogger and some of the things that need to be fixed, some of the things that need to be done. We'll see. I think I pointed them out in the video that there's some damage to the passenger fender and a few almost like hail dents, but I don't think they're hail dents. Not sure where they came from, but I want to take the fender off. We're going to do some body work on them, get them straightened back out. And since they're not perfect like these are, we're going to modify those fenders and keep these. There's nothing wrong with these other than the clear coats coming off it. So I want to keep these in case I ever want to put Drogger back to a factory state. I'd rather keep the perfect ones for factory and modify those that I have to repair anyways, instead of modifying factory fenders. I think we got it. I don't have a water hose down here. But I'm going to take it to my water hose. I'm going to rinse it off. I'll bring it back, and I'll be back in just a few.